I believe BA. And I kind of outlined a little bit of kind of like, I felt like when I was listening to BA talk, I was like, was BA listening to me?
Oh, you were the one ahead of this.
No.
I see.
I was talking about Skip.
I'm chopped liver over here. It's okay.
I was talking about the locker room situation. I was talking about how position coaches say there's a grouping that's supposed to go in the game. It was you that said that he and Brady was on the sideline, and it probably got a little. He was probably a little agitated about the targets that he was getting. Skip, I never said it. Even Monday, Skip, I said, I'm not doubting whether or not AB is hurt. I'm doubting whether or not that was what caused the outburst. He could still be hurt, Skip. But now, and I also believe, Skip, that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would have never released a statement had Antonio Brown not took the steps that he took.
Absolutely correct.
I believe they were going to be hushed. They would just go ready to move on past it.
What did Bruce Arians say right after the game? He's no longer a Buccaneer. Next question, right? Well, he changed his approach yesterday, didn't he?
Well, Skip, I got no choice because you backed me into a corner because you're making it seem like I said you're no longer a Buccaneer because you wouldn't go into the game because you was injured.
Yep.
And you told me, and Skip, remember I said, hold on, Skip. Normally how it works is that the coach is paying attention. BA doesn't call the plays. Byron Leftwich does. But there's normally a tight end coach, receiver coach, or running back coach that's signaling in personnel. We want 11 personnel. 1 tight end, 3 wides. We want empty formation, whatever the case may be. Okay, there's a package in which AB, and BA said it, there was a package in which AB had been playing the whole game. Where is AB? Coach AB said he ain't going in. AB, get in the game. No, I ain't going in. I'm good. What do you mean? I ain't getting the ball. AB said, BA says, well, you're not, nah, I'm good. I ain't getting the ball. I do believe BA said.
I do too.
Get the you-know-what.
I agree.
Knowing his...
I don't know about a throat slash, but he said he flung his arms like, go.
Get the you-know-what, get the you-know-what out of here.
All right.
Skip, listen to his press conference and how matter-of-fact he is when he was addressing Tom Brady last year, and even once or 2 times this year. That's BA. I believe he said that. I believe AB became agitated in the locker room, and some of his teammates had to calm him down because of the targets. Because remember, Skip, now if you look at AB's history, Skip, this with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this year, he averages about 6 targets in the first half of a game. He got 5. But last week, he got 9 targets, caught 6. So he's thinking, hold on, there's no Chris Godwin. Gronk's in the doghouse. He got 2 catches 1 week. He only got 2 targets last week. Mike Evans on a pitch count. Cyril Grayson, Tyler Johnson. Man, your boy about to get my 12 of these things right now. I'm going to get this incentive money, and we going to be good. Well, Skip, if I don't get the targets, I don't get the catches, how can I get the money? That's why Jason Light, he's like, well, hold on. AB and his agent came to me last week saying, can you guarantee $2 million in incentives?
That's a new plot twist, right?
Whoa. No, we can't do maybe 100,000 we'd be willing to do that, but not 200,000.
Right.
So for me, Skip, I believe AB's ankle was bothering. I really do. But I don't believe that's what caused the outburst. I believe it was the lack of targets. And when he wasn't going to get the lack of targets, that means, Skip, I can't get the catches, which means I can't get the incentives, which means money was very important to Antonio Brown.
Well,
given his history of what transpired of how it ended in Pittsburgh, because of targets, he got upset with Ben. Week 2, go back and look it up against Baltimore. How he throwing water coolers on the sideline, and then Ben comes rewarded the next week, give him 19, and he has almost 300 yards receiving. So for me, Skip, I believe what BA said. I can't trust AB because I've seen a pattern of behavior. This is a pattern of his behavior. When things do not go AB's way, Skip, he'll buck like this, like he did. And I said it, even if that was the case, he was injured and BA tried to put him back in the game, which I don't believe that was the case. Explain the exit. There was no explanation. BA was, like I said, I believe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was willing to just like, you know what, it is what it is, move on. But once you try to turn us into liars, say the reason why you did what you did, he got upset because I wouldn't go in the game because I was injured. I don't believe that. Given and Antonio Brown has lost the benefit of the doubt, Skip, and now he's supposed to have a podcast. I heard Ryan Clark said he has AB's talking on the podcast where he says Brady's the general manager and Brady and BA only likes me because I play. Now, after all Brady did for you, Skip, Brady done stuck his neck.
He did.
He just chopped it off.
He chopped it off. Okay. just to reiterate, Monday morning, right out of the box, I told you that I'd spoken to a source who knows AB, who had communicated with AB on Sunday evening, who said that, yes, his ankle was an issue, an ongoing issue, but that wasn't the issue. The issue was he actually clashed for the first time with the quarterback, with the GOAT, with Tom Brady. And the line that I heard was, oh, so Gronk's now your boy again. We'd gone over. Gronk had sort of fallen into Brady's doghouse after the 11-target game in the disaster against New Orleans, in which he got 2 for 12. At Carolina, he fell completely out of favor and got 2 targets total, and I thought he dropped one of them or couldn't find the ball in the sun or something in the back of the end zone.
That is correct.
And meanwhile, as you had pointed out before, they recreated the monster, because not only did they welcome AB back with open arms after his 3-game suspension for having a fake vaccination card, which is a felony offense, but Tom had force-fed him the ball in his first game back at Carolina to the tune of 15 targets. As Gronk got 2, AB got 15 and caught 10 for 101.
Correct.
And by the way, I would just like to point out that in that game at Carolina, AB played a season-high 53 snaps, and he played all the way to the end of a 32-6 game. Tampa won 32-6, and he caught his last ball with 4:38 left in the fourth quarter, a 10-yard completion. So my point to you is, the ankle wasn't any huge problem. It's not like he asked out of the Carolina game. He played to the bitter end of a 32-6 game. He played every snap down the stretch to the close of the game.
He did.
So what am I supposed to make of how bad was the ankle? Well, it was some issue because AB posted the text conversation, but it was just, you said yesterday, everybody has these issues. You were plagued by ankle injuries your whole career. So would you communicate with Mike Shanahan?
No.
But would he ask you at some point, are you okay? Or
he would come by and, well, how you feeling, 84, so forth and so on.
Can you go?
Can you go? But Skip, once the game starts, the communication is between the athletic trainer and the head coach.
So, again, BA completely changed his approach yesterday because he just came out swinging on AB, and he tried to deal with every last accusation. And his point was that not at any point during the game did he bring up his ankle to any of the trainers or medical personnel on the sideline. And Bruce kept saying the protocol would be you have to at least make them aware I'm having a problem. And if they're made aware, then the head coach is made aware.
They'll make him aware.
Okay? So he called for, or it'd be Byron Leftwich, called for the personnel group. As you said, it's whatever the number of the group is, whatever he's in.
11 personnel, maybe it's Tiger, double tighted, whatever the case may be. But it was a package that required AB on the field.
Yes. They called for it, and he sat on the bench. And his position coach went over to him, and he, according to Bruce, he turned and looked, and he waved his position coach away. Uh-oh, here we go. And then Bruce said, then I marched right back over there. Well, okay, if let's just say, for sake of argument, let's say that would have been Mike Evans or, when he was healthy, Chris Godwin. And they were having some issue about I'm not getting enough targets, which every wide receiver's had or every tight end has had at some point in his career. You had it constantly, but as you said, you just swallow it usually. But what if, let's do Mike Evans. He has a very clean track record with them. What if he had been pouty a little bit on the bench? You're not throwing me any targets. Well, would Bruce have gone over and said, get the F to the locker room? No, he would not. But we got history here. We got a Bruce Arians who did not want AB in the first place. He said he's not a fit in our locker room, right?
But Skip, think about this. Mike Evans had gone to the Pro Bowl 3 straight years before Brady got there. His numbers have come down dramatically.
He's had to swallow a lot of pride.
And he doesn't say a word.
Okay. And by the way, to your point, when AB joined the Buccaneers last year after serving an 8-game suspension for conduct detrimental, all of the above. When he first joined them and played the last 8 games last year, would you believe he wound up over those 8 second in targets to one Mike Evans, which obviously decreased Mike Evans' visibility in the offense, 8 targets, and he led them in receiving yards over the last 8 games, did Antonio Brown. What would that do to 2 Pro Bowl receivers and the GOAT tight end and any number of other possibilities, Scotty Millers and Tyler Johnsons? AB pretty much, thanks to Tom Brady, just took the receiving core over. Am I right?
And got his incentives because Brady first fed him the ball.
Okay, so you want to talk about an angel, like to save him from an 8-game suspension and then make him the focal point of the passing game?
Right.
And then obviously he had issues in the playoffs and missed the. I can't remember. I didn't even check on this. Did he miss New Orleans? I can't remember. But he missed Green Bay.
I think he missed New Orleans and Green Bay.
You're right.
Because he played the Washington game and he got nicked in that game.
Okay, so he was made to realize, oh, they can win without me on the road at Drew Brees and at Aaron Rodgers.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Well, I better stay on my best behavior because I'm not the savior here. I'm not the godsend.
Right.
They're fine without me.
They didn't need him.
They didn't need him. And in the Super Bowl, he got a few targets and he made one little catch in the end zone that was a touchdown.
Right.
It was great. And I think he got his ring.
Right.
Didn't have one. He got a ring. Or wait, he was on that Super Bowl team. Was he on the first one? I don't think he was.
They lost to Green Bay.
They lost. Okay. But he got to play in a Super Bowl.
Right.
But he finally got a ring thanks to Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Okay. So then we come into this year, and he starts off hot. And I told you that Miami game, and Miami's defense was.
He did a number on your Cowboys, too.
Well, he did. Well, in the opener, he did. No, he did. He did a number. He was the featured receiver against my Dallas Cowboys. And then for reasons I don't know, because what gets me about this, I never saw him hobbled.
Right.
I never saw him limp. I never saw him stay down after a play where the medical team had to rush onto the field and say, are you okay? And get up a little limpy. I don't know where all this came from, but clearly he was plagued to some degree by this ankle.
Right.
But Bruce Arians is saying our medical staff cleared him.
Right.
All I know is what I know. They told me it was okay to go. And he said he came to the Saturday walkthrough and he was good to go. Okay.
And B.A. said the grouping that we were called for, he had played the entire game. So it wasn't like all of a sudden we're asking him to play in a grouping that he was unfamiliar with. He had played in that grouping, and he didn't mention anything about the ankle being injured. And I don't believe he reacted the way he did by throwing those gloves in the stands and throwing the shoulder pads and doing all the things he did because B.A. would try to put him in the game against his will. I don't believe that. I believe this going by his history, Skip, his behavioral history, when things are not going his way on the sidelines, this lines up with what B.A. is saying. I'm sorry. AB has lost the benefit of the doubt. He just has.
Yeah, and according to Bruce Arians, the response, as you noted, but exactly the way he said it, he said that AB told him, this is BA's side of the AB story, okay? I ain't playing. And Arians says, what's going on? And the key line is, I ain't getting the ball. So the Buccaneers are standing by their story. It was simply about targets, period, end of story.
Right.
They don't want to hear anything about the ankle. And according to Jason Light, they tried repeatedly to set up appointments in New York because they knew he had stayed in New York with an independent orthopedic surgeon that, again, they had chosen somebody they have some relationship with as a team, but they needed the ankle to be looked at by somebody who could give them a report on just how bad the ankle was. So they could have put him on injured reserve, right?
Yeah.
They could have put him on any kind of reserve list and continued to pay him.
Right.
Correct?
Yes.
So they took all the way until yesterday without cutting him to try, I think, to help him get his money at least to finish out the year.
He'll get another game check.
Yep. And yet you could argue they're trying to keep him away from another playoff contender. Who knows? But
he can't because he says he's hurt. So there would go his settlement. There would go his grievance. How can you be hurt, but you can go join another team and play when you said the reason why he cut you is because you didn't want to play injured. Okay. So his settlement would be gone, so he couldn't go anywhere.
Okay, and we're going to go into depth about this, but other teams, playoff teams, have a chance to claim him up to 4 p.m. Eastern time today off the waiver wire.
Right.
So we will see because, to your point, if a team claims him and he says, yeah, I'll go, well, that sort of blows up your story, right?
Thank you.
Okay. But if he could go it would only cost the team $61,000.
Right, which is his last game check.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, Skip, the fake vaccine card cost him 3 game checks because he got suspended. He didn't get paid for that. He goes to Jason Light, he and his representative says, I need you guys to guarantee, because if I'm going to go play on this injured ankle, I need you to guarantee me that I'm going to get this incentive money, even no matter what. So now, Skip, I can get the money if Tom feeds me the ball. Skip, now mind you, he still had a half of that game and still had another game to play in which he had just gotten 15 targets, caught 10 passes for over 100 yards against this very team 2 weeks ago. But he panicked. And so now all of a sudden we're here. It's like, it's almost they're looking at it like, well, hold on, bro. Why would I? Skip, now I've seen guys, I've been far enough, I've seen guys take advance this year on some of next year's money. So is AB hurting for money? Wanting $2 million guaranteed for incentives? I've never heard of a team doing that.
Yep.
I've seen guys skip myths, say like have $100,000 and they're a catch short or they're a tackle short. They give them that, but not $2 million.
And to your point, Jason Light volunteered yesterday to ESPN. They came to us a week ago after the 15 target, 10 catch game and said, would you please guarantee all of our incentives? He wasn't going to make the $2 million. He could have made half of it.
Right.
But $2 million would have required 28 more catches, 255 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns. Okay, well, that's not realistic.
Right. Correct.
Right?
Right.
The rest of it was, the $1 million was highly.
Right. He could have got the $1 million.
Yeah.
But you did that to yourself because you got suspended. What happens if you don't get suspended, Skip? Now, those are 3 games. Now, it's easy to get that money. You cost yourself.
Yep.
By doing now, what I don't get, Skip, you didn't want to take the vaccine, but you took the needle in your ankle. Now, you said, what? So what was it? Do you know what was in that pain-killing injection? I took a very
the agent statement said it's highly dangerous.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So why'd you take it? Interesting. Because you wanted to get out there on the field and get the money. Skip, I've never said, Abe, I've dealt with ankle injuries. So I feel very good in talking about this subject.
Yep.
I said it, Skip, a lot of times, man, Skip, my ankle didn't bother me nearly as bad when John was giving me 7, 8, and I done took those shots. But I'm out here, I got 1 catch, and here we are in the 4th quarter. And I'm thinking to myself, man, what the hell I'm doing out here? Y'all told me y'all gonna give me the ball. And here we are with 7 minutes left in the ball game. I got 1 catch, I got 2 catches. Man, I could have rested this ankle and got healthy for next week.
Yep.
That's what AB was thinking. AB like, y'all got me out here running around, and y'all only fed me like 5 targets.
Yep.
Man, I could have stayed. I can't get my money now.
Yep.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.